Tim Short Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram figured out the secret. They figured out that they could use TrueSpot's $10 tags for keys and for cars. They can track the location of a key or a vehicle on any one of their 3 campuses. A customer walks in the front door and says, hey, I want to check out a particular car. Maybe they saw it on the website. All you'd have to do is open the app, type in the stock number VIN, select it, and it'll show you the location of the vehicle and tell you, hey, this is over at the Superstore, and it'll show you what part of the Superstore it's in. And then I can do that same thing for the key. When I jump to the key, it not only shows me on the map, but it tells me, hey, this is at the Superstore in Josh's office as we speak. They have 3 different locations, so they can do this for any single one. They come in, they select it, and they go, okay, cool is over here in the building in the Northwest Bays. Hey, where's the key to this? Key's at the service advisor's desk as we speak. All right, guys, so here we are on the desktop dashboard. And this is where you can do things like, let's look at all the keys at the campus. So at the end of a night, when you're closing down, you could say, hey, I can see that I have a few keys that are floating out of here on the used car lot. And then I could present that and get a list of all 5 that are sitting out there and the stocks and VINs are associated with. Then I could grab a lot tech reporter and say, hey, put this in your phone. I need you to get these keys for me, right? Not only can you do this at one lot, you can do it at all your lots. What if I said, hey, I want to know what's over at my detail lot right now? Key-wise, sure, you got 6 sets of keys. They're over at the side of the screen. I could even do that for vehicles if I wanted. I'm going to switch over to vehicles and go, hey, I got 5 sets of vehicles that are over at detail right now, right? What 5 are over there? Here you go. Now, they can do this at multiple campuses, right? So they have their main campus and they have the Superstore. So without even going over to the Superstore, at the end of a night, I can pull this up, turn on the keys, and see if I have any keys that are floating around out of the lot. So if I'm managing multiple locations, I can do some of that from one place without having to visit all of those locations.
Now you may be saying, how does this work? What's the technology? What's behind the secret, Justin? Let me tell you, pretty simple actually. We use LoRa, that's the name of the technology. Low range radio and Bluetooth. How it works? We set up a network. So outside at the 3 different campuses they have, we have solar powered gateways. You just run them up a light pole, and this is what's searching for those tags outside. Inside, I have something very similar that plugs into a power outlet. So both of these are searching for any of your tags that are on that specific campus. And then depending on how far away campuses are, I use one base station or maybe a couple. This is what's sending all that data to the cloud. So when you open up the app or the dashboard, just like you saw and run a search, you can see the location. To take the network one step further, what if a key went home with one of your sales guys or went to lunch? What if I told you anybody who has the phone, the app, it works as part of the network? So if I accidentally went to lunch and I had this set of keys, you could shoot me a text and go, hey, Justin, you do me a favor? Just open up the app for a second. When I open it up, it can ping this key off the campus.
Now, I want to show you something that got these guys at Tim Short CDJR really excited. And that's if a key leaves or a car leaves, we know that the phone will work as part to help them out to track it down. But what if I could give you a list of any key and car that's been gone for any time you pick? So how that works, up here at the top of the dashboard, I've got last sightings of inventory and one for keys. So I've got these windows of time. So you said, hey, do I have any keys gone for more than 4 hours? Well, you do. You've got 2 sets of keys, and I can tell you the stocks and the VINs. I can even take it a step further, and I can tell you exactly when that key left. It left on 7/8/2025 at 9:42 a.m., and the last place it was seen is at the Superstore right there on the map, right? So I can show you all of these things. Now, they have these windows of time, so they know if stuff's been off the campus for extended periods of time and how long it's been gone for. But even to take that a step further, I can provide you specialized alerts. If you said, hey, 4 hours is kind of a lot, can you send me an email alert for 1 hour anytime a key or a car is gone, or maybe both? Absolutely. You pick the amount of time, we'll set up the alerts for you. Now, I've yet to talk to a single store that didn't have other items at the store that seem to grow legs and wander off. Dealer plates can be a big one. Gas cards can be another. Jump boxes, anytime a car goes dead. All of these things can be tracked with TrueSpot. It doesn't have to be a key. It doesn't have to be a car. Let me show you an example. If I come up here and I type in gas, they have Murphy's gas card with a tag on it, so they can see the location of that gas card. It's actually in the sales tower as we speak, where it should be. But if it got misplaced and one of your guys had it, and he was walking around the lot or he's at a different lot, how nice would it be to know you don't got to call and text everyone. You could just search it out and see the location of it. And if it left the campus, you would be able to tell that as well. So understand it's a flexible system where you can track anything you want. It doesn't have to be just a key or a car. Now, ROI is important when you're looking at a tool like this. Hey, Justin, this is really cool. I can see how I can track keys and track cars, but is it really worth it? Well, let's talk about some stats that are going to apply to every dealership. 1 in 5 keys that comes off of a keyboard or out of a key machine is going to go missing. It may not be lost forever, but it's going to cost you time. Now, per occurrence, that's typically 30 to 60 minutes per each key that goes missing, depending on the size of your store. So think about it. If you've got a lot of keys, this just got bigger. If you got a lot of cars, it got even bigger. If you got cars across multiple lots, that number's exponentially grow. If you can find a vehicle in under 5 minutes, your closing rate on average goes up 20 to 30%. So at your store, If it's just hard for them to find the key alone and then they got to walk the lot and hit the alarm trying to find the vehicle, do you think your rate's going to go up or go down from what we just discussed? Just something to consider. 72% of buyers are more likely to buy the vehicle if it's immediately available for a test drive, meaning the vehicle's in front of them. Now, these are just the normal stats. Let's talk about your sales managers. On average, a sales manager gets stopped 8 times a day to get asked about a key or a car. Simply due to poor tracking, these are things you can address all with TrueSpot. There are so many different things we can do to make the ROI on this go through the roof. Let's talk about your store. Maybe you got a single lot. Maybe you just have a keyboard and keys are the issue. Maybe you've got multiple lots and you want to track keys and cards across multiple lots like Tim Short. Maybe you got a parking structure and you want to know what level it's on and what part of the level. I do that for plenty of guys in the Northeast. There are all kinds of different ways we can apply this to your store. Give me a call, a text, an email. Let's talk about your store.